A hilarious new stand-up special from comedy legend Jim Gaffigan, The Skinny, is coming to Hulu November 22nd. This Thanksgiving, see Jim in a whole new light as he gives you the inside scoop on everything from parenting teenagers to weight loss and gaslighting family members. For everyone in need of a happy hour, the new hilarious stand-up special, Jim Gaffigan, The Skinny, premieres November 22nd, streaming on Hulu.
With the $5 meal deal at McDonald's, you pick a McDouble or a McChicken, then get a small fry, a small drink, and a 4-piece McNuggets. That's a lot of McDonald's for not a lot of money.
Price and participation may vary. For a limited time only.
Ask me. Ask Iliza anything. It's time to ask. Ask me all your questions.
This episode is brought to you by Bud Light Seltzer Iced Tea. You know what's like really sophisticated is like an Arnold Palmer.
Whenever you're mixing one thing with another thing, like it feels cool. It's like when you're like a mocktail can just be like a seltzer water and a juice because you're like, I'm mixing things like as a kid.
I feel like because there's tea involved and it's a golfing man's drink and golf is an expensive sport. And so I was just like, I thought that was cool when Bud Light was like, we're doing Bud Light Seltzer Arnold Palmers.
I like something that is customizable. I think it's very fun to be like, hey, these work on their own, but you can put them together.
Yeah, because if I firmly believe in starting with like the Bud Light Seltzer lemonade as the base, then you can add in, you know, the Bud Light Seltzer iced tea in raspberry or tangerine or apple or peach, and you get a real sense of flavor strength.
Flavor strength
Combination. It's real classy, and I like that the can is gold.
I know it's very like was it the Diet Coke or the Coke Zero that had that gold can? I just think of my grandpa.
Don't mention other beverages. You're thinking of what you're thinking of is the caffeine free from like the 90s.
And we would get that when like my grandpa Bob would be coming over. You'd have to have that in the fridge.
That's so gnarly. But this is just like, gold standard. Iced tea, crispy. I also, when I think of iced tea, my dad drinks a lot of it. So I think of like a hot summer day and just there's always like a cup of iced tea. You'd always be at the restaurant like, can I get an iced tea, slice of lemon, slice of orange, Splenda if you got it. And so it's like, it's not too sweet and it's a great way to get a little buzz.
Yeah.
Maybe play some golf, maybe play some backyard golf, frisbee golf, whatever kind of golf.
I feel like anytime you have an option to create, like, you know, you can go somewhere and there's like a Sunday bar. Like, I would love to go to someone's house and they're like, you can mix these together.
You can mix these together with fruit add-ons. Yeah. I like that.
Should we set that up in your backyard?
It's an iced tea bar. It's a Bud Light Seltzer iced tea bar. It's a Bud Light Seltzer create your own flavored Arnold Palmer iced tea bar. Print up that sign.
I'll get into Photoshop.
Speaking of making your own combinations, it's time for me to make my own answers. This is a Sif-isode, so people got bonus questions. We're giving you bonus content brought to you by Bud Light Seltzer Iced Tea, Bud Light Seltzer Lemonade to make a perfect Bud Light Seltzer Arnold Palmer. We're bringing together hot questions and hot takes.
Are you and I the Arnold Palmer of comedy podcasts?
Ooh. Not knowing much about him as a person in terms of
the combo.
Combining flavors, I believe we are. That's the award we're getting.
Come out with a new Webbies, have an award for just how much the two hosts don't seem like they hate each other. I listen to some podcasts where you're like, oh, these people are so sick of each other.
It's like an X, and they're like, I guess we both on the podcast. You're definitely the lemonade, and I'm definitely the iced tea.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay. I want that.
Okay, well, I do too. That's why it works.
It's perfect.
Neither ingredient wants to be the other one.
No.
Kick it.
Because we're back into the world of Arnold Palmer's, the iced tea, the lemonade coming together, we're going to answer some questions about people needing to come together. People needing to come together with their neighbors. It's very neighborly to have like a lemonade out on the porch, but you guys are having some real problems with your neighbors.
You know what? Why wouldn't the majority of people have problems with their neighbors? Most people don't like other people. And so it's like, here's a random person who happens to live next to you. Like, yeah, why is it a guarantee we'll like each other? Because we share a lawn line?
A new person moved into my building and I was like, oh, they seem normal. But then today I came out my door and I heard the person below me in the apartment below me going, God damn it, what the fuck? And I'm like, oh no, like just so mad at himself at like 8:45 a.m. And I was like, oh God.
Yeah, you or mumbling at someone who's tied up.
Well, so then I went the other way and like came down instead of to not intersect. And I was like, oh, he has a bulldog down there, like very cute
Just
dog.
grumbling.
Just grumbling.
By the way, people listening are like, what does she live in? Like,
we've addressed on the show.
You
that
live
I
in the
an
worst apartment
I live
building.
in the worst apartment building in the world. Okay, but we're going to help with your neighbors because mine can't be helped. Hi, help me, please.
because most of them are dead.
They,
Okay.
many of them are dead. Hi, help me, please. I literally think both Emily and Eliza are the only two who can solve my problem. My wife and I live in a tiny countryside that's recently been colonized by plazas and townhomes.
It's a dude or a chick?
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
This
What?
has-
No, it does
I
matter.
don't know.
All right. Don't get.
This has created a strange mix of nature among humans in this area. Behind our house is a big tree that the neighbors use to feed their weird bird fetish. They have multiple bird feeders up and probably spend a considerable amount of money feeding them. These asshole birds eat everything from our garden and shit all over our fence. This year I've had to wrap our entire backside garden and new trees in bird netting because all those birds are thieves. How can
This is a lesbian couple, by the way.
How can I somehow dismantle the bird colony they've created without interacting with them? Is an anonymous fuck your birds note acceptable? Help me.
Why are we the ones? Because I did a peacock call in a special?
Because we are here to help people, and these problems are neighborly problems.
You're saying the birds eat your garden. So, I mean, get some chicken wire.
They've covered their garden in bird netting, but like their neighbors are just continuously putting up more and more bird feeders and like attracting more and more birds to this shared space.
Yeah, I mean, is there like a community meeting you could have? Do you buy a bigger bird that will eat those little birds? Like get you a hawk.
No.
Get you a big ass crow or just something, a carnivorous bird,
Yeah.
a bird of prey. That will, I mean, look, you're not using the tree to feed the birds. The birds belong to the tree. And I understand that they're putting up bird feeders. Is there a version where you're like, hey, can you guys just put your bird feeders on the south side of the tree? You know, if it's covering your yard, like I think there's a conversation to be had. You could just say like they're eating our vegetables and they're pooping everywhere in our yard. I mean, this is part of nature. So it's a little tough, but
well,
yeah.
It's part of nature, but these people are also attracting it more and more and more, like multiplying it by a zillion.
I'd be interested to know if you went on like an avian forum, like if bird feeders, like if there's a downside. I bet there is. I bet there's like a weird disruption of nature and food chain by putting that out there. But yeah, just be like, can we just move them over a couple feet or just put them on your property? Mm-hmm. The birds don't need bird feeders. Mm-hmm. And so it's like they just want to look at the birds. So yeah, can we just move them over a little bit? Or I'm going to get a hound.
Or can we cut down? Like, okay, I think you really just need to have a conversation with this person because clearly, like, maybe they're retired. They're just sitting there. They're watching the birds. This is what they love. They're so excited. And if you say, like, look, what I love to do is enjoy my garden and I can't because I'm covered in bird poop, you know, like, just
it's nasty.
You have to talk to this person first and see if they're a maniac who's just like, no, more birds.
And if they say no, all they got to hear is the sweet, sweet sound of chick, chick.
No.
Remember Duck Hunt?
Was that the sound the dog made?
I don't remember. Oh, my childhood was so long ago. Hope that's as a bird sheriff. I hope that you coming to Emily and I is the only two people. I always think a rational talk coming from like a really calm, like let's find a solution. You know, you might get the neighbor that's like, "Fuck you! It's my right to watch these birds." You sound British, and so I feel like they may be more amenable. Like, oh, so sorry. So I just think being like, this is my little space and birds are great.
I have thought about previously like getting a little bird feeder and putting it in front of my window so that Gracie can watch them. And then I'm like, no, because
That's
the way
weird,
that my
Emily.
apartment is built, like it really would bring birds right down to the guy that lived below me that would talk to aliens used to throw bread out to get ducks to come down. And it's like, they don't want to be down here. Don't lure them down
it's
here.
Weird that you would do that in front of your cat. And you're like, sorry, cat, can't go outside to attack your natural enemy.
No, it
taunting
would be so
your
that
cat.
She has like stimulating stuff to watch. It's not.
That's not nice because the one enemy to a bird is a cat. And so Gracie's like, my mortal enemy. And the bird's just like, I'm living free. And there's nothing you can do because there's a shitty window between us.
Okay, well, see, but I didn't do it.
Yeah,
okay?
well, it's dumb.
All right. Well, maybe our question asker needs to get a cat.
That's the answer. Get you a bunch of feral cats. Just start putting out tuna. They attract birds. You attract cats. You attract cats. They attract dogs. You bring a knife. They bring a gun. You bring a gun. You bring a pissed off mother-in-law.
I do like the idea that like the way that you can put out a bird feeder and get birds, that I could go put a tuna out and just start collecting
That's what I'm
cats.
saying.
I never thought about this.
You should. That is the path for you.
That is my future.
So, go big or go home.
Yeah.
Work that food chain. So by now you've probably gotten your Bud Light Seltzer lemonade and your Bud Light Seltzer iced tea, and you're like, I'm going to mix them, but I need some guidance. Okay, so again, you start with the base of the lemonade, right? And then I say you add the Bud Light Seltzer peach. Who doesn't love a peach iced tea? Peach is such a mellow flavor. You've never had like peach candy or a peach dessert or a peach drink and be like, ugh, too much peach. No one's ever said too much peach. You can't go wrong. It's the most subtle of all the flavors.
And you know what's weird is, again, like Bud Light is the only one doing peach. Like we got some sparkling water that came in, I would say 40 flavors. None of those flavors were peach.
What's up with that? Is there a peach shortage?
Bud Light's the only one on the peach train.
Also, somebody gives you an iced tea with a juicy slice of peach.
Oh, that would be classy.
No one does that. Do they do that in Georgia?
No, they just put, I think the only fruits people are putting are like berries and like oranges. Nobody's putting, why aren't we seeing more slices
Why aren't we
fruit?
seeing more fruit garnishes on regular How come it's only alcohol? Well, this one, you know what? Because it's only alcohol. Well, this is a Bud Light Seltzer. Garnish it with fruit. The rules apply.
Mm-hmm. That's very fun.
Little peach rim.
Yeah.
She's a real peach rim.
Is that a compliment or an insult?
Peach Rim is the domestic sequel to Pacific Rim. It just takes place in Atlanta.
Those robots just come up out of a peach orchard.
It sounds like a porn star name. Peach Rim. Peachy Rim. And I know you're like, oh man, I know where I can get Bud Light Seltzer lemonade because it's been out for a minute, but where do I get this Bud Light Seltzer iced tea? We got you. You can pick up a Bud Light Seltzer mix pack. You get a couple of the lemonade flavors, couple of the iced tea flavors. So you can mix and match at your leisure, and you'll be sipping on that hot peach iced tea recipe we just gave you. Arnold Palmer is the ultimate summertime drink. So mix that Bud Light Seltzer iced tea and Bud Light Seltzer original lemonade as much as possible. And remember, you can get all the different flavors of Bud Light Seltzer delivered at budlight.com/delivery. How easy is that? Or you can pick it up at your local neighborhood grocery, convenience, or liquor store. Hey, you're running out for peaches anyway. Pick up a mix pack.
So we have another neighbor problem, but this neighbor is a neighbor in the office. The person sitting right next to you. Another type of neighbor.
Is it my assistant?
No.
My sister.
Hi, my desk is near a coworker, older, male, who feels the need to comment on every little thing I do. If I yawn, he'll say, rough night, huh?
Oh, God.
If I get to work before him, it's, someone's trying to get on the good side. What did you do wrong?
No, he's older.
And similar things for any tiny action throughout the day. He thinks he's being clever, but it's just gross and annoying. What should I do? I like my job and I'm good at it, but I feel like I'm walking on eggshells all day because I know with any small move or cough, I'll have to smile awkwardly and validate this guy taking up space just for the sake of it. Help.
Oh, that's so draining.
I hate this. I hate this so much because you tell someone about it and they're like, well, it doesn't sound like a big a deal. It is a big deal when it's happening 20 times a day, every day.
Micro comment.
Yeah, it just gets.
It's like if somebody clears their throat enough, you're like, just die already.
Yes, it just gets to you. And
yeah,
it's
because that's so much energy to always be like, I know.
But confronting him about any one individually will make you look insane. Like when he's like, oh, you got here early. And you're like, stop. And he's just like, what?
Okay, I'm going to tell you a very quick lesson that I learned on the set of a movie.
Okay.
A friend of mine once said, you don't have to notice everything. Now, I'm a very observant person. And so naturally, like I just see everything and I comment on everything. He's like, you don't have to notice everything. Meaning it's not on you to respond to everything. And I would walk, like I'd be on set and I'd go to the bathroom. And I found, I'm super nice to everyone. I would just kind of zone out when I walked and not make eye contact. Not in a rude way, just looking straight ahead as if I don't see them. Mm-hmm. Not look at them and turn away. Mm-hmm. And what I found was that I was spending a lot less time and energy. Hey, hi, bathroom, quick. Like it's just this constant like grunting of affirmations and words and acknowledgments. to just kind of get this tunnel vision. And eventually people just kind of don't say anything, not in a rude way, but like they just walk right past you, right? You're busy. So it's tough because you don't want to say, hey, can you not speak to me? Because this guy just sounds like he's from a different generation. He's trying to make conversation, whatever. He's not an asshole. It's just annoying. He's
just taking every single opportunity to have a conversation.
Sure. So he sounds really lonely, but you know, it's okay if sometimes you don't answer. And he's like, nothing. You're like, oh, sorry, I'm just so busy. I didn't hear you. Sorry, I'm in my own head. Like, try dropping a few of those. Walk by fast, walk by looking at paper, you know, kind of tune it out. I doubt he'll be like, did you hear me? I said working hard or hardly working.
I feel like he will, but then it's like, oh, yeah.
No, just be like, don't know. Yeah. Don't know. Sorry. You know, you can be nice or whatever, but just giving it less and less oxygen and kind of putting out like a little bit of a cold vibe, and eventually he'll stop. That's my only solution to you without like getting it weird.
I'm curious to know if he's doing this to everyone who sits around you. Like, is there anyone else sitting around you? I would bet he's not doing it if there's a man sitting near you.
Like the making copies guy.
Yeah.
Making copies.
Yeah, where you're just like, God, it's so innocuous. But then when it just keeps
Can you move your desk?
I mean, that would be such an aggressive act.
No, just be like, it's just easier.
Can you put it in headphones?
Yeah, put in headphones and have them off. And then just be like, sorry, I've got my headphones in.
Or just don't acknowledge him. Don't acknowledge him until he comes over and like taps you. And you're like, oh, and you take your
there you go.
out. Like, what?
Just ignore. And if he makes it weird, just be like, oh, sorry, I was just really focusing. Sorry, I wasn't listening. I do it all the time, especially in LA. Like, you know, you're at a show and someone's being annoying, and you know, you'll be in a chat with like 5 or 6 comics, and one comic is just annoying, just like going, talking, you know. There's a version where you're just like, sorry, I was just thinking of something else. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention is great because it makes you look like an idiot. No one wants to talk to an idiot. So if you're willing to look like an idiot, I vote give it less oxygen, which is my answer to almost everything.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's any individual time that you confront it, it's really going to like make you look crazy.
You know, or you could just, he's like working hard or hardly working. You can just be like, what does that mean, Ted? Are you saying, you can girl him back, just be like, are you saying I'm barely working? Is that what you think of me? He'll be like, oh, you could always like, just be like, I am on my period and I'm having my boyfriend. Like just, oh, I bet this guy doesn't want to talk about your monthly visitor.
Oh, God.
I just vote, you know, sorry, didn't hear it. Sorry, I'm just so busy. Wait, what did you say? Sorry, what?
Yeah.
Act like he's like a fly. You're just like barely like, huh? Nah.
Yeah.
I like the headphone thing.
Yeah.
It sucks because you're going to spend more time doing this than you would have answering, but I get it. It becomes exhausting. I feel that same way about texting. Like, texting and DMs, like to friends, like the constant like heart, LOL, saw this, how fun, love it, love this, love it, love this. Constantly acknowledging like, oh, gotta make sure that I show them that I got the text. Otherwise it looks rude. And I just don't.
Yeah.
I just don't. If you really think I hate you because I didn't write back like LOL, like then we were never friends.
Yeah, it's tough in like Instagram DMs because you can do that little like heart back, and then I'm like, do I need to heart back to like say that I saw? If somebody just says like haha, like do I need to heart to be like I saw the haha?
Everything
like,
always feels so passive aggressive on the internet.
Yeah, it really does.
Because they didn't answer, well, fuck them for life. All those hot, ice cold takes brought to you by Bud Light Seltzer, Bud Light Seltzer Lemonade, Bud Light Seltzer Iced Tea. Mix them together for that perfect Bud Light Seltzer Arnold Palmer.
Come together with your weird.
I was doing a sound. God.
It was such a long sound.
No, you just have no idea about ebb and flow. And now it's ruined. No, you're breathing over it. I'm trying to plant in their heads the idea that it's refreshing. And you're like, I got another anecdote about my apartment. That's you taking a sip of anything. Here's my impression of you taking a refreshing sip. Ready? It hurts. Wait, I got one more. I'm scared.
I have 100% in my life taken a drink of a carbonated beverage and gone, like unwillingly.
My dad does the like, it's like a drag queen thing now, but forever it would be like,
I've done it unwillingly.
Do it.
That was just a kiss.
Like
I can't do
a little baby orca giving kisses for sardines.
I don't like that sound.
It goes, wait, here, let me take a drink and try it here.
Yeah, you got to do it with a...
Yeah.
This is the energy you should be bringing to your neighbors in your home and your office.
Just refreshed.
Coming together like a Bud Light Seltzer Arnold Palmer, making a compromise.
Yeah. Or maybe, you know what? Too much of life is forced togetherness. And Bud Light Seltzer Lemonade and Bud Light Seltzer Iced Tea are not forced. They naturally go together. So give yourself a break with your weird, crappy neighbor and know that there is a pairing that's perfect for you. And it's that Bud Light Seltzer Arnold Palmer with the lemonade base and the peach rim. Hope you guys listen to the beginning of the episode. Otherwise, you won't get that hilarious reference.
We're going to get it.
Peach rim. Get it delivered at budlight.com/delivery or pick it up at your neighborhood grocery store, liquor store, or maybe bodega if you live in New York. I put on my Bud Light just to go to the bodega.